RangerForest.com.
Welcome to the Land Wars. I'm your host, Dre. I got Frankie and Elijah with me today. Um, we got some unfortunate news. You know, Sean and Shaq couldn't be with us today. Fortunately, Shaq is sidelined with the COVID disease. Let's hope he gets
For real?
well soon. We're going NFL recap today.
Oh man,
Monday or Tuesday, we'll do our NBA projections. We got some crazy ass stories with that, but we'll get to that later. It's the NFL preview. First matchup is it's an okay matchup. Bears are in the hunt. Texans versus Bears. Um, Mitch Trubisky versus Deshaun Watson. You know, the mentor legend. Sean already went. Sean already went with Chicago.
Really?
I'll go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chicago too. I'm gonna go Chicago. I think Mitchell Trubisky gets it done, and I think that Montgomery gets his 2 touchdowns and that Bears defense hold up. Frankie, what you think?
I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going Houston. I think the Bears' defense has been kind of soft lately, and they've been giving up points. And Watson has been waiting. He hasn't had a good game, and he's been playing solid lately. I think he's gonna have a big game this weekend, even with a bunch of randoms at wide out nowadays.
I think he missing Fuller too.
He is missing Fuller, and he's also they don't have David Johnson. He's out with COVID.
True.
But I think Duke Johnson might have a decent game.
Okay, I can go with that. Elijah.
I'm gonna go with the upset too. I'm basing this off of the quarterback to quarterback battle strictly.
That was me. That was completely me. No lie.
Yeah, so I gotta go with Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's gonna have one of them games where he picking it apart. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about forcing it to a number one. Now you can just kind of play football, find the open man, use your feet, get active. And I think with the pass rush coming, he's not gonna stand in there and try to, you know what I'm saying, wait for something to develop. He's gonna be real quick minded, gonna make a lot of quick decisions this week. And I think it's gonna be the difference.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to Mitch, who's just gonna stand in the pocket and get sacked.
He can't with JJ. JJ coming.
Yeah, he better go. Get rid of it. But yeah, I got the Texans. Sure.
Okay. Speaking in future reference though, I want to take on this. JJ Watt best fits what, Frankie? What team does he best fit on in the offseason? Where do you think he re-signs with Houston, or do you think he goes somewhere else? And if somewhere else, where does he go?
It's actually a really good question. I could see him going to like an Indianapolis maybe. Someone who has a good cap space. It would have to be a team with cap space. I think Indy has some decent cap space. And I think he can make a difference on that line with him and DeForest Buckner. I think Indy would be a solid team. That would really put him over the top. I think make him elite defense.
Okay, Elijah, what you got on this? You think he stays with Houston, or you think he goes to Indy or elsewhere?
I certainly don't see him staying in Houston. I don't know. I think that ship is sailed. Unless they do something spectacular in the offseason to get some pieces there that seem like they're trying to win, I don't see it. They're talking rebuilding type stuff. So no, absolutely not. That ship is sailed. He wants to win. I think if you want to talk about teams that have the opportunity to win, not considering cap space, I think the Titans would be a good fit.
Yeah.
You could really anchor that defensive line very well, and they already got some pieces there. And that I think that would really legitimize that front seven. Just a solid pick, a solid signing like that. Biasly, if he came here, you know, it would be insane. But I don't think we got, what we need to do that. That would be crazy. That would be blockbuster. But
It
yeah,
would.
I think he could fit anywhere that has the money to sign him, to be honest. Whoever got the money to do it, he will fit there. Dude is a defensive anchor. Even if it seems like he doesn't have the same explosion as he once did, he's a defensive anchor. He can hold down a defensive
Yeah.
front.
He doesn't look like good this year because teams are double teaming him because there's nobody on that defense that scares him. I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
you think about it, they don't got any of the guys they used to anymore. The only thing they have is maybe Whitney Merciless, and even then, they're not too worried about him this year. I mean,
He
they don't
he's
they don't have
he's
they don't have what's his name? Dude that's on the Titans now.
Yeah.
Clowney.
oh
They don't have
Clowney.
Clowney no more. Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, there's nobody really to fear but him. So you just double and triple him.
And also, they really don't have a stout secondary behind there. So it's like, how
You
long
could
you
di-
gonna give him to get to the quarterback? He don't got that long.
Yeah, you can dial it up every play if you want. Once you take him out of the equation, just dial it up every play.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can see him if they free enough space. I hate to say it, but I can see him going to Pittsburgh with his brother. And
I'd be
if that happens, you got Cam Hayward,
That's
JJ Watt on the other
that's scary,
side.
bro.
Then you got TJ Watt, Bud Dupree, and you got
Devin
that
Bush.
secondary and Bush. Yeah, I forgot about him. Oh my
Mm.
God, man, that'll be still curtain like what 75-ish.
That is our
That'd be
worst
crazy.
nightmare. That'd be my worst nightmare.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But next game is the the Dallas Cowboys versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Sean went conservative and he went Dallas. But me, I'm gonna show Ohio some love. I'm gonna give it to the Bengals, and here's why. I think the Cowboys are defeated. And you can see it. Zeke is not running hard. That line is beat up. Offensive line. Andy I thought he was gonna look like. I thought he was gonna be mediocre. I haven't been seeing that. And their defense is soft as Charmin. And I don't know. It's just I think Cincinnati pulls this. I think they get a win. I think T. Higgins, that receiving core, and I think that quarterback has some promise. He looks good on sometimes. He just gotta develop. But once Joe Burrow come back, it's over with. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati with the upset. Elijah, what you got on this?
I actually disagree with you, bro. Like, I think Dallas still feels like they're in it, and I mean they have to, you have to, or else you're just going out there playing for a draft pick, and I think that's beneath that program. As much as I do not like Dallas, that is beneath that program to be playing for a draft pick. I think they're gonna come out inspired with a fire under their ass, and I think they kind of gonna go off. Not go off like if they had Dak there, but I think that defense is gonna swarm. I think that defense is gonna come to life for this game. This is the game to do it. This is certainly the game to do it. If you're gonna come to life, this is the game. So I think they will. I could see them winning maybe 21 to like 13, something like that. But that's
Okay.
basically the defense coming to life.
Okay. I see this as a 35, like 31 type game. I think it's gonna be more of a high scoring game because
I can see that too.
I don't think the defense is gonna stop
With them
anything.
defenses, I can see that too. I can see it too.
Frankie.
I've actually been like I saw this one earlier in the week when I was looking over my fantasy team, and I'm not gonna lie, I really thought about who the hell was I gonna pick for this game, and I really see. I think it's gonna be Dallas. I think they're gonna come out on this one. The Bengals defense has been playing a lot better. They held Miami to not a lot of points. And Miami's a pretty good team, but I like like Elijah said, man, I really see like DeMarcus Lawrence waking up out of nowhere because the Bengals line is putrid. They're terrible. You and I could blow through that line. No offense to them, but I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is going to have a big game. I think he can have at least 2 sacks, maybe. I'm thinking he's going to be up in there. He's going to be a disruptor for sure. They're going to have a hard time. And yeah, I see Dallas winning this game. I see like a 24-17 kind of game, though, because both offenses are kind of, I don't know, they got the weapons on both offenses, I would say, but they're just the quarterback play is terrible on both sides. So it'll be hard to execute.
Okay. I'm gonna stone Cincinnati Bengal that one. Speaking of those Dolphins, though, Frankie, we got a good one, man. What is it? Kansas City versus Miami. That's gonna be oof. So Sean went Kansas City already. I'm gonna give it to Patty too. You can't. I don't think they're gonna stop Patrick Mahomes. I don't think they're gonna stop that offense. And I see Tua kind of struggling against that bend but don't break defense the Kansas City have. I can see him struggling. I still think he gets a touchdown or two, but I just can't go against Patrick Mahomes. Frankie, what you think?
Yeah, as much as I love Miami and how much as I want them, I think they'll show up. And I think Miami will give them a good game. Their defense will definitely give, I think, Mahomes some different looks. But I feel like the Chiefs will end up winning this game. Um, I think they'll slow down the offense, but it won't stop them. Mahomes might struggle, like maybe in like the second quarter or some one of the quarters, But I really see this one's going to be. I think it's going to be Chiefs from beginning to end. Honestly,
Mm-hmm. Okay, Elijah.
Yeah, I feel the same. I I'll do a lot of things, and I'll say a lot of things on this show. What I will not come up here and do is bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Kansas City, and I have to see how Miami will stop that. I will have to see it, and if they somehow pull it out, every team across the league needs to be writing everything down.
Yeah.
You got to keep following on how you may be able to stop this team in the playoffs. You just have to, like, but they're too good. I just don't see it, and I know that Miami's defense is going to be able to give some different looks and maybe kind of do what Denver did to them the first time they played, and kind of get in his face and make him look. But once he settles into the game, it's over. He's gonna pick you apart. He's gonna get it done one way or another. But I definitely see Tyreek Hill going off too.
Yeah, I can see that too. Now a question I want to ask, future reference, do you draft faster corners to cover these guys, like to cover like the Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins too, because their receivers are pretty fast. Preston Williams, um, and Parker. Can you see gravitating towards the faster corners over like the big bulk muscle type corners that you see, Frankie?
no, I mean you want the most complete player. You're not going to always find. You're not going to guard. You're not going to go get like a 5'8" dude who runs a 4'2" when you're going against like 6'3", 6'4" wide receivers. And I know Tyreek Hill and Hardman aren't that, but it comes down to safety play, honestly, with them guys, with the speed guys. And, I mean, you're still going to want the most complete corners. I'm still going to want the Patrick Petersons and the bigger dudes like Jalen Ramsey, stuff like that. The dudes that are just they're physical because you can slow down a dude by being physical with them. You don't have to go toe to toe with them. You just got to let him know you're there, and then he gets conscious of that. So no, I don't see that being like a trend coming.
Okay, Elijah.
I mean, unless there's a bunch of Deion Sanders growing on trees, I don't think so. I mean, honestly, the thing that you have that's going to always be a necessary thing in the NFL are physical corners. Speed corners kind of fade in and out, and there's a reason for that. A lot of the guys who have the speed, they can run with these guys, but then they lack other skills that you need to play cornerback. Whereas you can be a physical guy and you want to allow guys to run the routes that they want to run, and just that alone will disrupt them. And you can compete on every ball by being a physical corner. Being a speed corner, sometimes you compensate for your speed too much and then you get burnt. Or you run too deep and you give up the short route. You can't just be all speed just so you can keep up with these guys. You need a guy who has a combination of speed, who has a combination of power, and most importantly, technique. Because that's the main thing. It doesn't matter if you're fast or slow. If you got good technique, you'll give yourself a chance against anybody.
Yeah.
Hence, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you talk about technique. I mean, he's square. He's not flat-footed. Everything is perfect. It's great attention to detail. He's punching you before you even get to touch him. His hands is flying out, and he's getting them on you. He's going to be in your hip pocket all game. And now you have to be super great to make a play. Just by being physical, he puts himself in position every time the ball is thrown.
Another guy I'll give to that point is Marshawn Lattimore too.
Yeah.
Another lockdown corner. And if you don't believe me, ask Mike Evans, because Lattimore's got fucking rent. He got space rented in that man's head. Because every time that I think that he's played in the last 2 years, he's either had no catches or maybe one, and that's saying a lot on a physical receiver. Was it zero? Was it a big zero? Big goose egg. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Lattimore, another dude. He's so physical, and he get right up in your face. He don't care. And like you said, just getting physical with the receiver throws them off their game, because they're like, oh crap, that play that didn't work. My moves didn't work. So then you're like, shit. So.
And I mean, that's the common with these younger cornerbacks that's coming in, the ones that are becoming great, that flash immediately. Like Lattimore, he flashed immediately. Ramsey flashed immediately. You know what I'm saying? I believe Okudah would have flashed immediately. Ward flashed immediately. These are guys who were physical at the line of scrimmage and made you work for every catch you had to get. I mean, these guys weren't the fastest runners, didn't have the fastest 40 time. But when on that field in pads, they can run with anybody. And that's what you look for.
Yep. Now, this next matchup, though, it impacts both teams' playoff run. The Cardinals versus the Giants. The Cardinals, they're on the outside looking in right now from their little losing slump. The Vikings actually are the seventh team right now. And the Giants are trying to get that NFC East spot. I can see. Well, Sean already picked Arizona. I think I'm gonna go Arizona as well. I think this is when Kyler Murray and Chase Edmonds and Kenyon Drake, and I think it'll be a rushing attack, and I think Arizona gets it done. I see this being a pretty 17-14 type of game, but I think Arizona pulls it off. Frankie?
This is another one I was looking at, and thought this was a pretty even matchup, only because how good the Giants defense has been playing as of late. I mean, they gave Russell Wilson a lot of problems last week, and now Kyler Murray, he's a little more of an explosive quarterback, I think, when it comes to his legs, more than Wilson. That being said, though, the Giants' offense isn't that great, and I don't know. I think Daniel Jones is questionable. I don't know if they said he's going to play.
I think Colt McCoy will start.
I think so too. I don't think he's going to. I see the Cardinals winning this. Honestly, I think the offense is just going to pull away towards the end there. The Giants will give it a close game, but I feel like Arizona will figure it out in the end. I say they win like 21-13 or 21-13.
Yeah. Okay. Elijah.
I kind of got it the same way. I got it like 24-13 with the Cardinals pulling away at the end. You know what I'm saying? late touchdown and the field goal. I think that'll pretty much put the ice on it.
Speaking of those Vikings, we have the Vikings versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, the Vikings are the last place team in for the wild card number 7 seed. Um, I can see this being a close game, but I think this is going to be a Tom Brady type of game. Manage the clock, catch touchdowns by Tom Brady. He missed that one in the Super Bowl. I think he gets his redemption. Now I'm gonna say a trick play in this game. I think Tom Brady is gonna catch his touchdown pass, his only touchdown pass of the year. I'm gonna get my bold prediction. But I see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this game. Sean also picked Tampa Bay. Elijah, I'm gonna let you start on this one.
It's kind of a tough one. This is kind of a tough one because Minnesota got a lot of weapons, and Tampa Bay's weakness is their secondary. So when you really consider that, it could be one of those games where Thielen and Jefferson just might go off. They might both have a book. You know what I'm saying? And a touchdown or two. They might go crazy. And then I really think Dalvin Cook is going to have a pretty solid game. I like Tampa's front seven. I think they're pretty good. They could be better, but they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. The way they fly around and they swarm and they're aggressive at the point of contact. I think that's important. But if Cousins, man, that's what it comes down to me. And that's why I'm struggling with it so much. Because obviously, if you do quarterback to quarterback, it's a no-brainer, right? But Cousins' weapons could just make the game easier for him, as they have done at certain times during this year. I think this is, quarterback aside, obviously, this is a mirror match if you're talking from weapon standpoint.
Yeah.
But for me, it's going to come down to the quarterback. I got to go with Tampa Bay. I got to go with Tampa Bay. But I would not be surprised if Minnesota somehow wins. I could see Minnesota winning. If they win, it would be like 27-24, or maybe like 31-27, something like that. But with Tampa Bay winning, I could really see them winning like by 10 points.
So who you going with though? You sticking with Tampa Bay though?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Tampa Bay. By 10.
Okay. Frankie?
I agree. I think it's going to be a better game than what people are thinking it's going to be. I definitely see Tampa pulling this out somehow. The secondary for Tampa is super weak. It's really young. I see Thielen and Jefferson having a really big games. Dalvin Cook might struggle because Tampa's probably got, I think, the best rush defense, if not one of the best rush defenses in football. Very stout defense. Their front seven is probably one of my favorites to watch because they just get to the ball, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like just watching them, like just attack. Sure. It's very impressive, honestly, from like just an outside aspect. But yeah, I think I'm going to say it's the Kirk Cousins effect. He'll make a mistake. The pressure will get to him. It happens. And I'm not saying that from like him just standing there and throwing a pick. I mean, that pass rush is really good. Jason Pierre-Paul's having a big year and no one even notices, and same with Shaq Barrett. I mean, these guys are just destroying them and no one even talks about them because it's Tom Brady's team. So I see them. I think it's like a 34-24 type game. I see it like that. I see Tampa winning. I do see Minnesota putting up points. I just don't see them winning.
Yeah.
I can dig that. Next matchup we have Broncos versus the Panthers. I don't have nothing for that. Sean went ahead and picked Drew Lock in Denver. I think I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna give it to Carolina. And I believe they activated Christian McCaffrey. I could be wrong.
Mm-mm.
They didn't.
Nope.
They
No,
didn't.
he's actually out this weekend.
I
You got to talk to Dakota
seen
about
that
that, by the way.
yeah, I seen something like about some news about Christian McCaffrey. They said he could be back this week, but yeah, they held him out. I just seen it. I'm still going Carolina. I think Teddy Bridgewater, comes down and leads that team. I think Drew Lock turns the ball over a little too much. I think he gets careless in this one. I'm gonna go Carolina. Carolina, I'm gonna go. Frankie.
I feel like you disrespect Drew Lock a little bit, man. You had a question last week. Should they get rid of him?
Don't get me wrong. I love Drew Lock. But that man
You got to
turns the
remember,
ball over
man.
too much for me.
Well, he's still young. This is probably like not even his. How many games are we in the season? For 13. So what? This is probably not even his like 10th or 11th game because he's been injured. If you think about it, he started like the last 5 games last year, so he's still technically a rookie.
I don't
He
want
hasn't
to
even
hear
played a full
that,
season.
I don't want to hear
Bro,
that.
that's the Baker Mayfield effect. They did that last year to him too, and you know it. He only played most of the first season.
And they crucified that man. They crucified
I
that
know,
man.
and you
But we're gonna
crucified my
crucify Drew
boy.
Lock too.
Oh my God, he's missing his number one wide receiver. He don't got Cortland Sutton this year. He's got a great defense behind him. I think it's actually Denver that's going to pull this out,
He's
though.
an NFL. He's an NFL player. Adapt to the
Bro,
setting.
Trent Dilfer won
They're
a Super Bowl.
pros.
He's an NFL quarterback. Stop.
They're
He
pros.
got carried by. Okay. Anyways, I think Denver's going to win this game. I think they're going to do all the right things. They can still run the ball with Gordon and Lindsey. They got just enough wide receivers and Noah Fant is stud at tight end, but that defense is going to show up. Bridgewater going to make some mistakes. I see Denver pulling this one out a little bit. It'll be like 17-14 kind of game. It'll be a slow pace game, but I definitely see this being Denver for sure.
Okay. Elijah, what you got on this, man? You the tiebreaker.
I actually got Denver winning. Not gonna lie.
Huh.
I got Denver winning, and I think that that pass rush gonna hit home. I do. I think it's gonna hit home.
Okay. I can take that. Now speaking of rush heavy type game, we have the Tennessee Titans fresh off that Browns loss. I think they're gonna be fucking hungry. I think they're gonna be fucking pissed off, and I think they're gonna be fighting because they go against the Jaguars. So I feel bad for the Jaguars defense. I feel sorry for them. I think Tennessee wins. I'm not gonna say a blowout because this is a divisional opponent. Usually those divisional games are close and gritty. So I'm gonna go Tennessee, but I think Derrick Henry gonna rush for like 200. Swear to God, I think he's gonna rush for 200. He pissed off. 59 what? 59 yards last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like he pissed off. So I'm gonna go with the Derrick Henry Titans. Elijah, I'll let you go first this one.
I'm going with the Titans, obviously, but I disagree. I think it's gonna be a rout. Yeah, I think it's.
He said it with a straight face. He said, "A route."
I think it's gonna be like, man, I don't know, probably like 31, 13, something like that.
God damn.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get their heads cracked.
Is it all Derrick Henry?
Two Jaguar fans watch this.
Two Jaguar fans
watch this.
Because
I need you to tell Jaguar fans.
But I think he's gonna have two touchdowns.
Ooh, 2 touchdowns and 200. My boy have a game of the week.
Listen,
so
Elijah, I'm gonna need you to tell these Tennessee Titans fans why they about to get murdered.
You mean Jaguar fans, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jaguars fans. My bad, Jaguars fans. Y'all still on this planet. We still respect you.
I mean,
no, we don't.
Nope.
Frankie, what you got?
I'm sorry, we beat him, so I can say whatever I want.
We beat him by 2. Come on. A win's a win, I know. I'll take the dub. I'll take it anyway. I get it. Yep. All right. I I do see Tennessee coming out being really pissed off. I mean, they got blown the fuck out last week, and the only reason it was close is because of literally they scored all their points towards the end of the game. At one point,
I don't want to hear that conservative play calling. That's why.
no,
That's
no,
why they
no,
can't.
no, no. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So let's just be real. They got blown out. Come on, we can't even disagree, right? It was a blowout.
That shit was a
See,
blowout. Hell yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care about how many points they put up, even though it looks close. From wire to wire, the Browns won that game,
Yeah.
and um, I do feel bad for Mike Glenn and the Jaguars. I think they're going to come out and get shit on. Hurts my fantasy choices because I think the only guy and possibly rookie of the year, James Robinson, is going to have hopefully a better game. But I feel like AJ Brown's mad. He definitely fumbled twice last game. I think Derrick Henry's mad. He got embarrassed last game. Didn't get shit. I think even Tannehill going to come out. I think it's going to be a bad one. It's going to be like a 35-13. I think I'll even one up you. I think it's going to be like 35-13. There's going to be some numbers put up in this game.